My name is Fareedah Shaheed. I am the CEO and founder of Sekuva. It is a business where I help parents protect their kids online. I am a Forbes 30 under 30 honoree for my work in helping parents and caretakers in the online space. My work has been featured in NASA, Cisco, Fox 25, Fox 46, NBC, in a lot of different places. And I'm excited to be here with you today. So, my major in college was information technology. And while I loved tech, it was quite boring. So, I knew it was boring because after I had like a really good night's sleep in the morning, I would like fall asleep in class. I don't know how I ended up on the dean's list and like the top students in these classes, but but I really did not like it. And my father came to visit me, and he's been in tech for his entire career. And we were talking in the car about my journey in college, and I was explaining to him while I like tech, there's this aspect of tech, especially the computer hardware and that type of stuff, I'm not really interested in. I really like networking. And he was like, okay, networking is good, but there actually is a field that I think you'd be interested in. It's called cybersecurity. It's relatively new. It's been here for a long, long time, but people they're slowly starting to understand this actual thing. And there's not a lot of colleges that offer the major, but in the area that you're in, I'm in the DMV area, DC, Maryland, Virginia area. There are colleges that offer that, and it's quite rare. So you probably should get into that. You're a Black Muslim woman, and you lived in different places. So for those who are just tuning in, they don't know who I am. I actually grew up in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. So I was in the Middle East for like basically my entire childhood. And I was there because my father got a tech job there. So he said, hey, you have so much experience in different areas in the world and you traveled a lot, those experiences, and you know Arabic. So that's a great additional thing for your career. You can offer a different perspective. So you definitely should get into cybersecurity. So that's the long story short how I got in. I researched it for 4 months. I was like, wait a minute, this is way more cool than fixing a computer. Sorry, tech guys, but it was just cooler. So that's how I got in. The Arabic didn't help me as much in the field because I didn't really use it, but it's just a part of me. I always say I have like an Arab woman inside of me. I because that's just my childhood. I just grew up there. But it helped me in terms of understanding people's point of view and perspectives. And it helps me more today in my business than it really did in corporate. In corporate, it was just like a nice to have. I really couldn't translate anything because the language that you use on a regular basis is a completely different language than what a cyber criminal would use. So I'm not able to like translate those type of things because they're using words and terminology that I never heard of. So it's kind of like if you only heard of English in a certain circumstance and then you go to like a PhD level program and they're talking about rocket science. Rocket science English is not regular. So you may understand certain terms of regular conversation, but when they start getting to rocket science terms, you're like, I don't know what they're saying. So in that instance, it actually didn't help in that, but it did help with security in general because now I connect with families across the world. So now I'm able to connect with families of different cultures and backgrounds, and I'm able to understand different family dynamics. So when I approach cybersecurity as an education and as a learning, I can take my experiences from there to better teach cybersecurity, make it more fun, make it more relatable, make it something that we're interested in. So that's where it's really helped. So, well, Sekuva, just a quick background on what Sekuva is. Sekuva basically means a well of security knowledge that you keep coming back to. I love the analogy of like water, something that's flowing. One thing for a woman in cybersecurity that's difficult to find, we're slowly starting to do that, is a woman operating in her feminine power and feminine energy, where as women, we're taught to be successful in a tech field, you have to be masculine, you have to appear masculine, you have to talk masculine, you have to be masculine. So part of my brand is just being yourself, flowing through things, harmony, and that balance of water, and something that you keep coming back to for nourishment is what I wanted in my entire brand. I started it because I had to start something. I've always, ever since a little girl, my mother instilled in me a bit like always having a business. And I knew I was going to have a business. I just didn't know it would be this early. I thought it would be maybe like in 10 years or something. But so that's basically why I started it. But a lot of people, when I was in corporate, I was doing like presentations and lunch and learns and workshops. And they came up to me and they said, look, we've never had anyone present cybersecurity the way that you present cybersecurity. Everyone's really boring. They're really dry. They don't have a personality. It just seems like, oh my God, another workshop, another lunch and learn, another whatever. And so they said, do you do workshops outside of this? Can you do it for my community? Can you do it for my school? Those type of things. And I just thought, you know what, let me do that. Let me actually lean into that. So after many different people, not only in corporate, but in the conferences that I were going to for, personal and professional development, they kept pushing me to do that. And so I finally started it because one, I had a background in my mom always telling me, you have to start a business, you have to have your own thing. You want to make sure that you're building something for yourself and the world. And then second, because people kept telling me, you need to you need to do this. You have something really special. So thanks to everybody for that. I actually have one of my favorite workshops on YouTube. I presented for NACUSI, which is the national, I think it's a center for basically protecting kids against sexual exploitation. And I did a presentation on how to protect kids from hackers and predators. And I love that presentation. So if anyone wants to see me present, you can go to my YouTube channel and watch that. Really just educating the parents inside of my community. So of course I have different like social media platforms. Then I have my own community, which I'm pretty sure we're going to talk about later, but educating them on different aspects of cybersecurity and technology and safety. And I call it holistic online safety. So the foundation of everything I do when I'm doing workshops and presentations is a foundation of holistic online safety. That means giving kids the freedom that they want and the safety that they need. And that is having a harmony between the two. And also as a parent, making sure that they understand that they don't have to know everything. They don't have to be tech savvy. They can do this. So it's a very harmonious approach to how you do cybersecurity. It's not fear-based, it's love-based. And it sounds crazy. Like I'm not someone who's like, oh, we can heal the world through whatever. But at the same time, love and care and joy is really important. When we approach security fear-based, no one wants to hear about fear. Like our immediate response is fight or flight. That's not good for education. Education needs to be grounded in something that is stronger than that. And so while fear, fight, and flight has a place in security because we're fighting something, so we do have to, decide what to do in those moments. But at the same time, for the day-to-day operations, for day-to-day protecting kids online, you have to lead with joy. You have to lead with fun and harmony. And not everything's going to be fun. Not everything's going to be joyous. But how can you make sure that you're tying it into what you really want in your life and not focusing on all of the fear aspects of it? I always say TIPS. So that's the acronym for trust, integrity, privacy, security, and safety. And so trust and integrity goes into holistic online safety. So trusting yourself that you can do it as a parent. A lot of parents don't trust themselves because they feel like, well, I don't know a lot. I don't understand TikTok. I don't understand Instagram. I don't know why they're on YouTube watching other people like unwrap their gifts, or watching someone else play games online. So first, trusting yourself as a parent and knowing that you have the skills to protect them online. It's not about being the most tech savvy parent or security savvy parent, and also having integrity in the way that you're approaching it, integrity with yourself and integrity with your kids. Trusting, like I said, not only trusting yourself, but trusting your kids through the process and understanding that they're growing along with you and they're looking at you for guidance, and that's all you have to be. And then I go into privacy. So privacy is something we're making sure that what you're doing online is protecting your kids' privacy and your own privacy, and you're using applications that go in that. And then safety and security is making sure that the applications that they're using, the games that they're using, you have security and safety, but also within the household. So I always say, if you don't remember anything that I said in the acronym, the one thing I want you to remember is connections over controls. There's a lot of focus on parental controls and parental monitoring, and I do believe that has a really good place inside of protecting your kids online, but it can never be the foundation. So when you watch that video from my YouTube channel, I talk about that inside of my presentation, where the foundation of safety for your kids is connecting with them as an individual, as a person. They're a kid, but they're still a soul. They're a human being. And what we're trying to do is give them the tools to protect themselves when we're not watching and when we're not there. So maybe that they're left the house or they're now older. So you want to give them those tools. And the first thing you want to do is connect with them as a person. So if they really love games, play games with them. You can't play games with them, then listen to them when they come to you and they're all talking about, oh, this happened in Fortnite, this happened in Among Us, and oh my God, I know Minecraft, this happened in Roblox, I was doing this or that. Then just listen to them, because now you're creating that connection. So when you start creating that connection, they can come to you when something makes them feel uncomfortable, or when you need to shut down something, you need to turn something off, they're more likely to listen to you because you created that connection with them. So number one is connections over controls. Number two is trusting yourself. And number three, it's finding somebody that can help you through the journey. You don't have to do this alone. We always say that raising a kid takes a village. Well, a part of that village is someone to guide you through the security stuff. You don't have to know everything. You just need to be dedicated to protecting your kids. Yes, that was what I was talking about before. So I love the Safe Kids movement. The Safe Kids movement is basically an all-in-one resource center for parents to empower themselves with online safety knowledge and build closer parent-child relationships. So strengthening your relationship with your kids while also protecting them online. So it's a bunch of resources. There are videos, there are worksheets, tip sheets. Also, people can like text me. I give them have a number where everyone who's a part of the Safe Kids movement, they can text me with any questions. I walk you through. It's highly customizable. So just recently, one of the parents, they were going through the Safe Kids movement and they didn't find content on me talking to the teens about online safety. So for anyone who doesn't know, I don't think I mentioned this, but I love gaming. I'm an avid gamer. I've been gaming since I was like preteen. I love gaming. And a lot of my experiences in the online space and my own experience as a kid and as a teen growing up has been in the online space. So I take my experiences not only from being a third culture child, growing up in a culture that's different than my own, but also a culture of being online at a young age. And I take those experiences and my corporate experiences, threat intelligence and cybersecurity awareness to keep kids safe online. And so one of the parents was like, wait, you have a lot of experience in this area. Can you talk to my kids? Because they're not listening to me. They think that I'm just a parent and I'm worried and I just want to do whatever I want to do. They will listen to you because you actually have the experience. And so I was like, okay, yeah, definitely. So I created a whole series talking to the teens on my experiences and what they should do to protect themselves on social media, on Instagram, on TikTok, on these games, whatever games they play. So it's highly customizable for all the parents. If they want something, they have it. I would drastically increase it, definitely, especially because kids are spending on average about like 6 hours a day online. Obviously it's more, but on average 6 hours a day. And so, yes, the crimes against kids have gone up drastically, especially because they're spending time on the online games. Also, we looked at the Zoom bombing type things, people going to people's Google classrooms. I can't tell you how many times parents are like, something happened, someone got into the virtual class and they started messing up things or started putting things in the chat. Of course, and you have people, groomers and predators reaching out to kids on these online games. We have a lot of instances that went on with Snapchat and TikTok and Instagram. So yes, definitely. It's really impacted. And of course, parents are really concerned, but they also are really tapped out. They're just like, there's so many things they have to do. They have to do homeschooling, they have to watch their kids, they have to go to work. So it's been really, really difficult. I say like whoever you are, not everything you are behind closed doors, but but who you are as a person, bring that out, because in the security world, we have a lot of stuck up people. We have a lot of people who have stuffed their inner personality and their inner self, and they're very like dun dun dun, like a robot. And so when they're speaking online, when they're talking to you, it's just like a very business, like, and not even just business, it's just very one-minded, like we have to do this is the problem, here's a solution, and there's like no personality. So the first thing I would say is let loose, get your creative juices flowing, do what makes you have, what makes you ignite, show that, and then find a way to integrate it with what you're doing for your clients or for other people you're teaching. So number one, be yourself. I'm a human being. The people that you're talking to is a human being. You're a human being. It is totally fine. We all have stuff. So just let go, let loose. It's the first thing I would say. So the second thing I would say is lean into your audience and what they need from you, and not exactly what you've been taught to do. So sometimes you might have a different approach on security. So I figured out a different approach on security because I leaned into my feelings, my background. I leaned into psychology. I leaned into different things, people who, with different backgrounds, and I realized the way that traditionally cybersecurity was taught was not the way that I wanted to teach it. So you can come up with a different method when you do that. And the third thing is to obviously continue learning and to network and to meet other people. But most importantly, not just network with people in security, but please network with people that are in every single field you can ever imagine, because that will give you perspectives and ideas and collaborations that you never thought were possible. Often when we network, we usually network within our field, which I think is absolutely amazing. It's the people in the field that we work in that has helped me with my own career and my own trajectory. But at the same time, it is really important to have different types of people that you connect with.